Hi Mondays at the Museum viewers, it's Lisa again and welcome back to another one of our Mondays at the Museum. So in this week we are going to be having Holly McGeogh. This is a little bit of her showcase. We're going to be having her mom, Paula Love, tell her daughter's story. Holly's showcase is one of my favorites here, so I'm very excited for you all to see this video. This video was created a couple years ago for Frankenmuth for the participants to watch before they began the race. The Frankenmuth is a fundraiser that we do in the summer. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and Paula, thank you so much for creating this video, and I can't wait for you all to see it.
I would like to take this opportunity to share a small snapshot of my brave little soldier. When my daughter Holly graduated from high school in June of 2002, she was the A Company commander of the JROTC program. The first time the subject of Holly joining the Army came up was in the 10th grade. We argued about it until her senior year. After a long battle with her, she made me realize how selfish I was being by making me eat my own words. She reminded me that I had always told her that I didn't care what she did as long as she did something, and she gave it her all. She was right. I also realized at that time how much joining the Army meant to her. In April of 2002, I signed the consent form. She was only 17 years old when she joined the delayed enlistment program. Although for her, being accepted was a battle. Holly had a lazy right eye, and her vision in that eye was very poor. It took a lot of opinions from multiple ophthalmologists, then the long wait for the Army to decide to accept her. She was very upset at the thought that she may not be able to join, but in the end, she prevailed. She left for boot camp August of 2002. My family and I attended her boot camp graduation at Fort Jackson. We were told by her drill sergeants what a great soldier Holly was, how hard she worked, and how many soldiers that Holly had mentored through their difficult boot camp. Her JROTC training had really helped her because she already knew some of the expectations. She was the only person that I know who thought boot camp was fun. Holly continued at Fort Jackson through her AIT training as a light wheel mechanic. After a short time in her job training, she was made the assistant class leader. She was proud of her accomplishment. In January 2003, Holly was assigned to the 4th Infantry Division, A Company, 4th Forward Support Battalion at Fort Hood. She received her deployment orders in February. That same week, my father, husband, and I headed to Fort Hood to see her before she left for Iraq. I didn't know it at the time, but this was to be the last time that I would see my daughter. After a 20-hour flight and 22-hour convoy, the 4th ID arrived in Tikrit, Iraq, when they settled in one of Saddam Hussein's palaces. This was when I nicknamed Holly my brave little soldier. I told her if I were in her shoes, I would be lying in the middle of the desert, curled up in a ball, crying, "I want my mommy." She thought that was funny. Holly was in Iraq for 5 or 6 months before they had the means to shower or restroom facilities to use, the everyday things that we take for granted. Yet she never complained. I asked her how she could stand not showering. She said, "It's no big deal, Mom. We all smell the same." The only complaint I ever heard from her was that she had way too many fathers in Iraq telling her what to do. From what I've been told from Holly's commanding officers in Iraq, that was because she would get into trouble sneaking into vehicles that were going on raids or missions. She volunteered for everything, including the 60-mile drive to Kirkuk to pick up parts that fateful day that she was killed, January 31st, 2004. I was told that she wanted to be part of everything. She did not want to be left out of anything. If she had stayed at the palace and just did her job fixing light-wheeled vehicles, she probably would have been safe. But that is not what Holly was about. From her commanding officers, I know that she assisted on many raids and missions. That was what Holly was all about. I guess I didn't realize exactly just how brave she was when I nicknamed her my brave little soldier. During the raid of a building that contained children, Holly and another soldier taught 15 kids in the building how to play Duck Duck Goose. She said when they were done playing, the kids were calling it Duck Duck Alibaba. While she was telling me the story on the phone, you couldn't help but hear the excitement in her voice. She had, for a short time, brought big smiles to these small children's faces. All I can hope is that those small children remember those American soldiers who brought to them a little happiness in a world of such disparity. I only heard Holly cry once in the 10 months she was in Iraq. I received a call after Holly had attended a memorial service for PFC Analora Esparza, Holly's roommate and battle buddy. Analora was killed when her convoy was ambushed by a roadside bomb outside the palace gates. It was during this conversation that Holly told me that I was to remember that she was doing exactly what she wanted to do, and that if she was to die, she died for a purpose, a cause that she truly believed in. I will remember those words for the rest of my life. I am so very proud of my brave little soldier. She is deeply missed, but will live in my heart forever. I am very proud to be an American. I am also very proud of the sacrifice Holly has given to this great nation. She will always be my brave little soldier, my hero. Michigan's Own honors those who stood up to the terrible trials of war and met the challenge in the defense of liberty. The museum pays tribute to the heroism of those who died in our nation's wars, advancing the great cause of human freedom, and to the brave men and women serving our great nation today. Our freedom should never be taken for granted. It is not free.